Infinity Evolved. Here we go. Here's everything. So, Forest. What do we got? Wild Heart. 3/3 for 3 rush. Okay, it's pretty basic. The Dwarven Malletman. 5/5 for 5/5 for 5. Fanfare, select an enemy follower on the field, deal at 4. Combo 3, deal. Holy shit. What? What? Oh, I got you, Frostie. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. We'll for tomorrow's stream, I'll turn them off. We'll see if it's just a better experience overall. We'll see how it impacts like any viewership or anything like that. Not that I get like a ton of viewers, but good to know. Woodwalkers, the March of the Ents. Summon 3 gentle treants. Whoa. Okay, hold on. So 7 mana spell gives you 3 4/4s. That if it's combo, they immediately evolve, which means they get rush. And wow. Okay. Huh. I feel like Forest wouldn't, like, current Forest doesn't want that, right? You get to turn 7, current Forest just wants to kill you. But this is a cool spell to keep in mind. Yeah, it's like some mid-range Forest. All right, who's this pretty boy? Lionel the Ardent Elf. When it comes into play, you get 2 baby carbuncles, and it's a 6/6 for 6 with ward. So you just get 2 carbuncles. Can you bounce himself? I have to imagine they're fanfare triggers. Interesting. The Fairy Fencer. 2 mana 2/2 activates in hand. Wait, what? Activates in hand? Whenever an allied follower super evolves, set the cost of this card to 1. Oh. So when you super evolve, it just becomes a 2/2 for 1. Cool. And then when it comes to play, it gives you a fairy. Cool. Interesting card. Ambush from Above. 1 mana spell. Do this 1 time. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy. Combo 3, do it 2 times instead. Okay. That's a more mid-range card. Cynthia, we saw previously. So 4 mana, 4/3. When it comes into play, creates 2 fairies. And then on Evolve, all pixies on the field get +1/+0. Good finisher if you're going pixies, but somehow I don't see this being huge. And then we saw Titania. Saw Titania. This was the crest one where you just get a fairy every turn. What's the spell? The spell? Oh, Garden's Allure. Yeah. Sorry. This was the fuse. But we don't know what it does. It's the and that means it's the only fuse card in Forest. So how does it work? This is gonna be the first thing I'm gonna check as to how it works. Oh yeah, extra fairies maybe. But do they become like a thing? Does it become like a mega fairy? Or do you attach this? Do you attach this to a thing and that thing gets its effect? I don't know. I want to know. And then Lamaga. This was the pretty crazy one. Where it essentially just like locks down 2 followers. And then at the end of each turn, they hit themselves and hit the opponent. More mid-range card, not the combo version, or not the combo like current one, but I mean, there's enough there. It's interesting for sure. Swordcraft. She's got a gun. Fanfares never activate when summoned. Good to know, Frostonics. Good to know. That changes. That means that changes this. So how does this... Wait, why would... Then that means this card sucks. Because it summons 3 copies. But they're coming to play as a combo. So if this doesn't trigger... Then how does... Why would they have this? Does this card exist as right now? Does it? That will change my evaluation. Oh, it does. Okay, never mind. Cool. Good call. All right, so it just summons 3 4/4s with heal 2. Okay, gotcha. Got it. Syria comes into play. It deals 1 damage to 2 random enemies. That's pretty good. Question: if there's only 1 enemy in play, will it hit it twice? I wonder. Fuse doesn't always cause a card to transform and lists the cards it can be fused to. Okay, so we'll have to wait for this to be in game before it shows us like what it can be fused to. Cool. I mean, this is still a pretty good card. Like how her dress just changes colors. The whole season changes behind her. It's a maid with a gun. Like it. Ninja Master. 5 mana 4/5 with ambush. Eh. Not good currently. But if ambush becomes like a thing, maybe there's something that activates like Shredder Bro here. But I don't see that replacing really anything right now. Lucrative deal. Draw 2 cards, your opponent draws a card. Might not be terrible. I like that it exists. Yeah, you could burn cards. Ambush in Shadowverse 1 was so toxic. Please no. Pot of Greed, yeah. How you doing, Jacob? What did ambush work the same in Shadowverse 1? It was just essentially stealth. Gelt! Looking like a freaking Elden Ring boss here. 3 mana, 3/3 ward. Then your turn, if there's a super evolved allied on the field, give all allied followers +1/+1. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Especially if he's like, it feels weird to super evolve like a non-effect, right? But like super evolving this, making it a 6/6, end turn makes it a 7/7 with ward on turn. Was that 5? Technically, that could be pretty good. Something to keep an eye on. Rack here. The Ordinary Knight comes into play, draws a spell, and on evolve, recover 2. Wow. Huh. I feel like this is really good. Makes him a 4 mana 5/5 that draws you one of your, especially in, yeah, it's just a regular evolve too. So like you're talking a 4 mana 5/5 that draws you a card, but it's not just a random card, it's specifically a spell. So in Swordcraft right now, you're talking drawing a Majesty, or like some of the other spells, and then getting 2 mana back. Seems pretty good. There were neutral cards like that Haven Amulet that buffs each turn, but better, and there were buff spells that killed the enemy board. Oh, for ambush, gotcha. Right here seems good. Band of the Battle Princesses. I haven't even seen the card. I love it. Deal 4 damage to a random enemy follower. Enhance 4. Deal damage to 3 instead. Hold on. Time out. You just gave his sword like a better board clear than Spell Boost has. For 4 mana. That can be drawn and played by this asshole. Bruh. Wow. Wow. All right, Rose, the Princess Knight. We're on sword lesbians now. Hell yeah. Enhance 5. Draw a sword cap follower that costs 2 or less and set its cost to 0. Free samurai. Rush, and then on strike, if the opposing follower is damaged, just destroy it. Okay. So it's like pseudo Bane. It's Bane that's prevented by barrier, I guess. The card's pretty good. I like Rose and Prim. The Princess's Picnic. Come to play, add Nonja, the Silent Maid, to your hand. It has ambush, so it's a 2-mana 1/1 with ambush. On Super Evolve, Glorious Anthem. Okay. Nonja has great artwork. Comes into play if there is a Prim Princess Picnic on the field. It gets +1/+1 and Bane, and it has Ward. Okay. So like, so if I'm playing Sword Aggro, I go turn 1, coin Prim. She has ambush, can't be targeted, can't be attacked. Turn 2, play Nonja. I get a 3/3 Bane Ward creature on turn 2. Because I don't see myself playing Prim on 2 without coin, and then playing Nonja on 3, leaving like 1 mana up. I mean, you could. But then you're getting into like 3 and 4 cost cards that are just going to kill her anyway. I don't know. And then we've seen Gildaria and Urias. Forgot to post Talks part. A lot of sword ambushes could gain ambush over and over for free, so they could attack and then be buffed, but then hide again. That's fucked. That was, oh god, what was the Hearthstone spell that did that? It was like 1 mana, and all your creatures gain stealth. Also, what about Sword Lesbians? We've been playing Swordcraft the past 2 days, but these are the new set. This is the new set coming out. So yeah, so we've seen Gildaria. That has the rally of 20, which we'll have to see how easy it is to get rally up there. Because this rally is however many came into play, not necessarily how many you've cast. And then text while they're in play is whenever another ally comes into play, deal 1 damage to all enemies, all enemy followers. And then when it evolves, summon 2 Steelclads with Rush. So pretty good. But it kind of all depends on how fast you can get this to 20. And then Urias summons 2 Knights. And then has whenever enemies come into play, they can't attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Meaning stops Rush and it stops Storm. And then it deals 1 damage to them and heals you for 1. At 8 mana, like, it does stop Orcus, technically. So this might be helpful. Maybe over like Amelia. But that's all the Swordcraft stuff. the Codex of Star does not support this. Oh god, what was his name? The Ultramarine dude. The Ultramarine chaplain in Space Marine. Leandros. That was his name. Fuck that guy. Fucking Leandros. Alright, Runecraft, my love. What do we get? Melvi, the Adoring Witch. Comes into play, gives you a Witch's Brew. If there are super evolved allies on the field, gain 2 Earth sigils. I don't know about that. That seems... Depends on how hard it is to get Earth sigils. Accidentally hit the 1 year. Oof. Well. Yeah, if you're real hard up for dirt, right? And we get a very specific Ruby, the Arcane Archivist. So returns any card to your deck and then draws a spell, specifically a spell. So if Rune players are already playing Ruby, might as well switch to this guy. Glacial Crash. I already love it. What is it? 4 mana, select an enemy follower on the field, destroy it. And then if you have Earthright 1, deal 2 damage to enemy leader. I love it. Just murder. Burgent. Rejected Artis? I would love to see some Grand Blue stuff show up in this game. My only experience with Grand Blue, though, is the fighting game and the Monster Hunter game. So I never played the gacha. Summon 2 copies of Onion Patch. We'll look at that in a second. Looks like a 1/1 for 1. And then on Evolve, you gain the Crest. At the start of your turn, summon an Onion Patch with no countdown. So just infinite 1/1s. With Rush, that when they strike, you spell boost. That's actually kind of good. Just infinite 1/1s. That's kind of funny. The Enchanting Perfumer. Yeah, infinite spell boost too. 4 mana 3/3 comes into play. Select enemy follower in field, deal it 3, gain a sigil, and then evolve, replicate it. Perfect. Little expensive, I'll say. But because on the evolve you replicate it, like, I can understand. At 4 mana and spell boost, you're not really playing anything on 4. Oh, Frost Onyx, that was a card from the old one? Gotcha. This is essentially just a reprint. Was it good in the old game or was it ass? I like Perfumer. I do. Be a good removal in dirt. Now here's what I'm talking about. Flames of Chaos. The spell boost. Deal X to everything. Split between all. Perfect. Is almost exactly what was needed. In spell boost. Just to be able to, like, deal a bunch of damage in an AoE. I do like this art too. Onions were kind of mid. Damn. And then we have Owen, which I think is an instant 3 of in spell boost. 3/3 for 3 ward. Flash, which is damage both ways, in my understanding. You get to spell boost your hand, and then when it evolves, just draw 2 dudes. I don't know why he becomes armored when you evolve him and Super Saiyan, but hey. Little Ron Weasley here. Pretty good. Pascal's dance sucks. Super Saiyan 4 Owen. I do not like this card at all. This is such a win more. Like, yeah, I don't understand. I'm gonna lose to it and then I'm gonna be mad, but like I don't understand like the use case of this card. I just don't. So, moving on. And then we have the infinite dirt lady, who I just now realized has aura, so she can't be targeted. Pretty good. And then when she dies, as long as you have 2 Earth Rights, resummon her. And then super evolve her, you get to just kill 2 things. This would be the reason to play dirt. Stack up dirt, summon her, and then Pascal. Yeah, but when she dies, it resets it. So you're saying, okay, okay, let me see, hold on. A turn 10. Turn 10, I have a full stack of dirt. No, it's end of turn. This triggers at the end of your turn, not the start. Which is why I'm like, this is terrible. So I'm thinking like turn 10, you play her, super evolve, you have an 8/8, Pascal's dance, she becomes a 16/16 with aura. That's not terrible, but that also consumes, this consumes 10 Earth Sigils, which could put you underneath her last word amount. So you'd have to have like 14 or more. That she doesn't just like, granted, like 16/16 with aura is hard to kill unless you just like play samurai or anything with Bane. Orcus kills her like instantly. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't see this being a thing. And then Norman. Well, I actually like. When it comes to play, 1 Earth Right, so you have to have 1 Earth Sigil. Yeah, dives to the Grail, right? You get to summon a 3/3 Golem with Barrier. Cool. Or you get to draw 3, or you get to heal 4. And then when you evolve him, not super evolve, when you just evolve him, you get to replicate it. I think he's pretty good. The Guardian Golem has Ward already, so you'd be able to have Ward and Barrier. I think is pretty good for turn 6. If you don't want to like play a William or something. I like Norman. So Dirt got some support, I will say. It did. We're gonna try it. We'll try it, but I don't know. I don't know how good it'll be. I don't know. Dragon. The Wise Guardian Dragon. Activates in hand. 10 mana spell. Or 10 mana creature, 4/4. Activates in hand whenever an allied follower super evolves, reduce this card's cost by 3. So you can only ever reduce it by 6. It'll be a 4 mana 4/4. And then you summon a 5/5 with Intimidate, which means it cannot be attacked. I don't see this card being good. Does one Olivia trigger it twice? Ooh, maybe. It is technically a super evolve. Well, we'll have to try that. Cool card. I don't necessarily see it being played a lot, but dragons always surprise me. This is a 1-mana 1/1 with rush. If you're in overflow, draw a card. Sure. This is the strangest card to me. I don't. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I guess it cantrips later. Yeah, it is just a 1-mana. Unless, like, at some point, this turns into like a dragon, and then there's a reason to play like you know how you have officer cards. Maybe they turn this into a dragon card, and there's a reason to play dragons. But yeah, kind of strange. And then Sharknado. Yeah, 2-mana spell summons a majestic Maglorca. And then if you're an overflow, you draw one. Does this mean you draw a copy? Or do you just draw another one out of your deck? I don't know. But 2 mana, summons a 2/2. Cool. Weird hot dragon lady. 2 mana 2/2. The Dragon Newt Princess. If there is a super evolved ally in the follower, draw 2 cards. That's pretty good. Also, her hair changes color when she evolves. Fair. Becomes a gold dragon. Her horns change. Anyway. Good card. The Merman. 5 mana 3/3. You summon 2 orcas? Okay. And then when you evolve, you summon another one. All right. Deal. Dragon needed some of this. Whale dragons. What the hell is this? This is a new card style. Oh, it's an amulet. I was like, why does it look weird? The Pyre Worm Blade. 1 mana amulet. Engage. 1 mana. You have to spend a mana to destroy it. Give a creature +1/+1, and last word, summon a blade. It's just an equipment. Gotcha. 1 mana equip. Cool. Great. Put 3 of them in with the fan. Neptune. This is a gold whale lady. So when it comes to play, you gain the crest, and then you summon 2 orcas. It has ward, so it's a 5/5 with taunt. And then when you super evolve, you get another 2 whales. Your crest is whenever an allied marine enters the field, restore 1 defense. So all the whales are considered marine. Is Merman marine? No. So essentially, whenever a whale enters play, you heal 1. Cool. Good card. Marine followers. Draconic Strike. Yep. Select a card in your hand, reduce the cost by 2, and then 3 damage to everything. Ramp. A good ramp spell. So you could turn like an 8 into a 6 or a 9 into a 7. I'm climbing with whale tribal. You could turn a 2 into a 0. Like Feet Lady. The White Frost Bloom. The an ice dragon, I'm assuming. Comes into play if you are an overflow. Add a White Frost Whisper to your hand. She has Bane. She's a 2/2 with Death Touch. On Evolve, deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. Not a super evolve, just a regular evolve. And then her spell is either destroy everything that was just damage, or increase the cost of all cards in your opponent's hand by 1 until the end of their turn. So it's a Lotheb, but like not as egregious. Does Bane trigger on all damage or just combat? Just combat. So yeah, she doesn't immediately blow everything up. That'd be pretty good. I mean, technically she does, right? You evolve her, and then you cast her spell. And then Fenny is the other legendary. 8 mana, comes into play, halves the cost of all cards in your deck. If you're playing Ramp Dragon, you play this card. You get to 8 real fast. Like, this is the reason why I want to play Dragon tomorrow. I just want to cast her, and I just want to see how dumb it gets. That's Dragoncraft. Abyss, what did you get? You got a Werewolf Hunter. Yeah. Yeah, it might make some of those crazy dragons actually worth it. 5 mana, 3/4 with Bane. When it comes into play, select 2 enemy followers, destroy them, and then deal 2 to yourself. That's not bad. Oh, no, not sorry. It's when it evolves. I'm dumb. When it evolves. That's still pretty good. Because then it becomes a 5/6. That's pretty good. Cultivator of Malice. 1 mana, 1/1. Gives you a ghost. Cool. More ghosties. The Ghastly. That art is fucking cool, man. Ghastly Soiree. 2 mana spell. Adds a ghost, a skeleton, and a rotting zombie to your hand. So we know what the ghost does. We know what a skeleton is. What is rotting zombie? When it dies, summon a rotting zombie, but remove last words from it. Yo. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Vuela, the Blast Wing. 3 mana, 2/4 with Rush. Whenever another allied follower super evolves, give it and this follower +2/+0. Okay. That's not bad. Undead Soldier. 6 mana, 3/3. When it comes into play, summon 2 rotting zombies. Yes. Let's go. Undead aggro. I'm in there. Try and clear all of my zombies. You can't. That's awesome. That might make Abysscraft mid-range like have some sort of mid game there around like the 5-6 mark. And it's a summon too, so like you get these immediately. So it's 6 mana for 7 damage and health over 3 bodies, and then the zombies come back. That's pretty good. Winged Servants, 2 mana spell, summon 2 bats. Boo. Moving on. Laura the Cruel Commander, 3 mana, 3/2. Select another allied follower on the field and give it Bane. Okay, cool. And then on Super Evolve, give another allied follower Storm. That's pretty good. Again, her hair changes color. Excella. Yeah, I saw Excella yesterday. This card's cool, man. 4 mana, 1/3. When it comes into play, it gets +X/+O. X is the number of other allies in play. And then you take 2, but she also has Storm. So, at most, she gets +4/+O. So at most, she's a 5/3 with Storm for 4. Plus the Super Evolve, you're dealing with 8. Yeah. Like, yeah, she can do some damage there. Yeah, you don't even need a Super Evolve her, just a regular one. Because this is just her come into play ability. Yeah, so definitely keep an eye out for, like, Excella's coming and punching you in the face. Now, the Twin Calamities. This is the weird card. 9 mana, 5/9. Pick one when it comes into play. You either get 4 2/3 Ward Rush boxes that when they die, give the Twin Calamities +1/+O. So she'll be a 9/9/9. Or destroy 4 random enemy followers and then heal yourself 4. That's pretty wild. Yeah, definitely. I think this pushes like a form of a mid-range control abyss into like not ass, because you also have Cerberus to follow this up. You know, Old Excella was a bronze, a 4 mana 4/3 with Storm. And she didn't hit you either. Oh, so she was just a 4/3 for Storm. 4/3 for 4 with Storm before. So they've essentially nerfed her. Interesting. And then Karen, the Oars woman. Again, changed his hair color. Everybody changed hair color. Comes into play, reanimates 2 and then reanimates 1. And then whenever a departed follower enters the field, give it Ward. On Super Evolve, you gain the Crest, which reanimates 3 on your turn. Funny enough, reanimate 3 could bring back rotting zombies. Just saying. Just saying. I definitely want to try and build some form of a control Abysscraft tomorrow too. But that's Abyss. I don't have the history of Shadowverse, so I don't know like what of these are maybe related to Blood versus Necro. Well, obviously, like I can tell like anything reanimated is Necro, but anyway, next up is the Haven craft. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. First card, Cleric of Crushing, 3 mana 2/4 with Ward. When it evolves, select a super evolved enemy follower and destroy it. You're shitting me. Oh! Yeah, it's just a Black Knight. It's just Black Knight. Oh my god. Jesus. Haven needed all the help, didn't it? Well, that's in every Haven deck now. Damus. Damus. The Oracle of Malice. Your name rhymes. 2 mana, 2/2. When it comes to play, select an enemy follower on the field and give it. At the end of your turn, destroy this card. Jesus Christ. What was... Yeah, it's curse. Yeah, just curse the creature. Ugh. Alright. Spell. Oh no, this is an amulet. 2 mana heal 4? I don't think you're playing that. You get so much passive health. Are you playing this? I don't think you're playing this. It's a 1-of to hit on Rodeo. Oh, I guess that's true. I guess that is true. All right. Colette. 3 mana 2/2. What's your evolve? You completely change your dress. Keep your hair color though. Fanfare. Do this 1 time. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If there are at least 2 allied amulets on the field, do it 2 times. That's a good card. But I feel like you're not playing this over just straight up destroy effects. Maybe Stormhaven? Because you're playing both like Sanctuary and the +1/+1 heal 1 card. This is gonna come down and deal deal 4 damage, right? Yeah, over Titus. Haven, the no having fun deck. I love Control. I love turning card games into a single player game. But yeah, I can understand how it could be pretty rough to deal with. I read this as Ejaculate. God damn it. My brain. Immaculate Agitator. 5 mana 4/4. The Immaculate Ejaculator. Oh god. That's forever in my brain. 5 mana 4/4. When it comes into play, oh, you just Swords to Plowshare or something. Got it. Bro, that's just a come into play Swords to Plowshares. You don't even need the monk anymore. Yeah, and you have Odin now. Oh my god. Alright, well, we're playing Haven. Jesus. Alright. 1 mana spell, Divine Guard. Select an allied follower in the field with ward. You can give it +1 health. Then, deal X damage to a random enemy follower where X is the... Okay. Every card has been good. This is nuts. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. All right. What's your gold? Agnes. 5 mana 3/4 with Storm. Oh, goody. On strike. On the Seer Evolve. It looks the exact same. Wow, they did not give you much love. On strike, if there are at least 2 allied amulets on the field, Destroy a random enemy follower other than the opposing one. So she just kills two things on attack. Cool. One is greener. Fair. Yeah, so combat happens, but like you just destroy another creature. I don't know if you play this though. Maybe the Stormhaven deck does, just to like clear taunts. Maybe in a mirror. All right, next one. Maddening Benison. 2-mana spell. Oh yeah. This was the gain 10, deal 10. Yeah, you're never playing this, right? This is what was the what's the spell in Magic, Kenny, where it's like you gain one more turn, but then you lose at the end of that turn? The Old Agnes was an 8-mana 4/5 with Storm. When an amulet is destroyed, you subtract 1 cost from her. That's way better. Assuming she didn't have this effect, though. Oh, like Delusions of Grandeur? Yeah. All right. Aether, one of the legendaries. 7-mana 2/4. You also... Oh, your halo gets brighter. Come into play. Summon 3 randomly different named follower... Wait, what? Random differently named followers that cost 3 or less from your deck. Oh. That's fair. Has ward. And then on Super Evolve, give them +2 health and aura. Yeah, it is Rodeo for creatures, but all your creatures have like... I guess, okay, they don't get their effects. Because they're summoned into play, so they don't trigger like come into play effects. Fair. And then Wilbert was one of the first ones that was shown. 6-mana 4/6 that gives you 2 1/2 ward creatures, and then when you evolve him, you gain the crest that they get +1/+2, which is really, really good. Wilbert is, yeah, Wilbert's nuts. So like aggro decks are gonna have a tough time dealing with this. Real tough time dealing with it. Portal, what did you get? And how am I gonna get angry reading these? Engine Blade Maven, 6-mana 4/5. Cool art. Comes into play, summons a striker, which is the 5/1, adds a blue gear to your hand, and then when you evolve it, you get both. I don't think you play that. But then again, I'm not a Portal player, so I don't know if like this fills a gap in the deck. Puppet Cat. It is not a puppet. 2/2 for 2 comes into play. If there's a super evolved ally on your field, adds a puppet to your hand and gives it +3/+0. Oh, you're kidding me. Yikes. Well, I mean, Orcus plus that, yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's like an extra 5 damage to your face from the puppet. There's many old Aethers. One of the best was a 4-mana 1/3 ward. Put one of the highest cost guys from your deck into play, then recovers 4. Wow. Wow, that's pretty good, Frostonics. Yeah, Puppet Cat's really good with Orcus. The artifact Catapult. I love this art. 2 mana amulet. Adds a Gear of Ambition to your hand, so the red one. Pay 3 mana. Destroy this card. Select an artifact in your hand that costs 5 or less. Summon an exact copy of it, and give the exact copy at the end of your opponent's turn. Okay, of course. More copies of your best artifacts. Wonderful. Vier, the Heart Slayer. Oh, you look insane. I also thought these were like bunny ears for a second, but they're not. Comes into play. Selects a puppetry follower in your hand and transform it into a doll slayer. And you have Bane. So you're 2 mana 1/1 with Bane. What is Doll Slayer? Doll Slayer. 1 mana 1/1 with Ambush. Last word, summon Vier. Oh. That's cool. So the 1/1 makes the doll. And the doll replaces her? Infinite cycles long to get puppets? Well, it shouldn't be, right? If the summoning Vier would not trigger her fanfare. So you should only get the 1 cycle. I think. Yeah. It's still pretty cool. And they all have Bane. So that works. Akim, the Lord of Despair. 5 mana 3/3. Does nothing else. But when it evolves, select enemy follower on the field with 4 attack or less, banish it, and then summon an exact copy of it? Oh. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Frost Onyx, which is that the Vier? Yeah, nearly identical to old Vier. She was asked. Yeah, this goes super hard in a mirror. This will banish Lloyd and then get your own Lloyd. Oh no. Oh shit. Well, it's good. You got to remember 4 attack or less, right? So if you're gonna evolve a creature, do it. Flight of Icarus. 1 mana spell. Select an artifact follower in your hand and give it rush. And last words, draw a card. I don't think you're playing that. 2 mana 2/2 Carnelia, the Ember of Darkness. Fanfare adds a blue gear. And then evolve. Select an artifact follower in your hand and give it ward and cannot be destroyed by abilities. Oh. Yeah, so does that apply to the copies? Oh no. So if I make Okay, hold on. Time out. So if I make this shit one, right? The beta. And then I play her, I evolve it. I give the beta artifact ward and cannot be destroyed by abilities. And then I summon it. Is this considered an ability? This is my, by the way, this is my Magic player brain going haywire because like how things are worded are important in card games. This says abilities. So that means this is not necessarily going to be an ability. This is just a status of the card, I guess. Yeah, I can't imagine they would let that happen. Yeah, I can't imagine that. All right, Synchronous Hearts summons a Lloyd and Victoria. Cool. Great. Zwei, a Symphonic Heart summons a Victoria when it comes into play. And then whenever an allied puppet comes into play, gives it ward. Okay. Pretty standard. Yeah, Frostonics, we're going to try it tomorrow. For sure. For everybody watching this, tomorrow the 17th, the set comes out. My goal is to have the entire set within the first, 30 minutes of me streaming or whatever tomorrow. And we're just going to kind of build decks and try stuff. So all these questions that we have of like whether or not something fits or will work one way or whatever, we'll try it tomorrow. Karula, 6 mana, 5/4. Yeah, this is another summon an exact copy, dude. This is just another Alu. This is Alu's 4 through 6. So you're gonna see more Portal through set 2. I don't think it's going away. Now the neutral cards. There's not that many. Let's go through them real quick. The Twin Blade Goblin, 1 mana, 1/1. If there's a super evolved ally on the field, select an enemy follower and deal it 4 damage. Pretty good. I think there's cards that do that stuff better, but it's an option. The Dock Side. +2/-2. Wait, it's fucking oh god, what was the card, Kenny? Was it Bile Blight? No, not Bile Blight. Was -3/-3 to everything. Dead Weight? It's Dead Weight. That's what it is. +2/-2. I think it was Dead Weight. Hold on. On my magic brain. Yeah, +2/-2 for Dead Weight. Not a bad card. If you need an early removal spell, that works. We had 2/2 Chiretta, the Angelic Maid. Goes from Goth Girl to Wedding Dress. Okay. If you've unlocked Super Evolution, give it +3 Ass, and it gains Ward. So it's a 2 mana 2/3 past turn 4? 5? Not bad. 2 mana 2/5. Reyna, 7 mana 5/5. This is the Evolve All Unevolved in play. I like this card a lot. It's very funny. I don't necessarily see it doing a whole lot for 7 mana, but something you'll have to think about when you get into like the later half of the game. This is a new one to me. 2 mana 2/2. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. The Firestorm duo. Anime Pro Tag Team. Enhance 5. So at turn 5, it's a 4/4. And then last words, if it's evolved, deal 4 damage to a random enemy. Okay. Not bad. Odin, I think, is phenomenal. Definitely going to be playing this over like Olivia. 7 mana 4/2 with Storm. When it comes into play, banishes any card, not enemy follower, so it can hit amulets. So keep that in mind. And then Grimnir, again, I think this is an automatic 3 of in almost any control mid-range deck. 3 mana 2/3 that when it comes into play you gain the crest. It is not an evolve trigger, it is not a super evolve trigger, it's just to come into play and it happens. You gain the crest for the rest of the game. At the end of your turn, if you have a super evolved ally in play, you deal 2 damage to all enemy followers. And he has ward. Yeah, this card's kind of nuts. Card is kind of nuts. That's it. 77 cards for the new set. Here's the fully animated ones. Benny and the Twin Calamities get fully animated. If you're in defeat, you can get the Feline exchange ticket, you know. Aether also gets a set. And Titania gets a set. Yeah. That's Affinity Evolved. Set 2 for Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. My shitty quick review.